Piloting Air Theatre presents the dramatic ending of Scuba Sleuth, starring Robert Goulet as Brent McCord, as Scuba Sleuth. We join our story as the moonlight pierces the windows of the yacht, the SS Hortensia, casting long shadows across the room. The guests, in their evening attire, gathered in tense anticipation. At the center, standing confidently with mask raised to his brow and wetsuit showing his slender, muscular physique, is Scuba Sleuth. Let's join the action, shan't we? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. The mystery of who murdered poor Samuel by the coral reef has been solved, and it was the unique skills I've honed under the sea that led me to the truth.
Well, out with it, man! Who is the murderer among us?
Well, it's quite fascinating when you think about it. Underwater, every movement tells a story. You learn to observe the smallest details, the flutter of a fin, the slightest hesitation in a swim pattern, the way someone handles their equipment. And it was under the water, next to the reef where Samuel met his untimely end, that I found the first clue. A unique coral, Syringamina fragilissima, first discovered in 1883 by a man named H.B. Brady, a genius, submitted to the proceedings of the Royal Society of London. Found off the coast of Scotland, near Rocco, some 3,000 miles away from these warm waters. The killer thought he could throw me off the scent by crushing the coral into a fine powder. However, it would take a specific tool to do such damage. A tool that I later found, carelessly cleaned, but not enough, in one of your scuba kits. It was just a matter of doing the math. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, dead fish. But that alone wasn't enough. It was the dive watch, set to the exact time of Samuel's last dive, that confirmed my suspicions. You see, underwater, your watch is not just a timekeeper. It's not just your best friend. It's a lifeline. And the murderer forgot to reset theirs after the deed was done. Thompson, blimey, is this your watch?
No, of course not. Where my watch? Where my watch? This is absurd. How long we got to stand here and listen to this ridiculous flippant shameless?
My God!
Mrs. Applebottoms, can you please read the inscription on the back of this watch?
Why, well, yes, let me get my reading spectacles on and hand it here. Oh, Mr. Sleuth, you have such beautiful hands, oh.
Well, yes, swimming is a full-body exercise, but please, Mrs. Applebottoms, read the inscription on the bottom of the watch.
Oh, all right.
And please, call me Jimothy.
Oh, Jimothy, all right. I'm just a little hot and bothered, Jimothy.
Well, we can get to that later, Mrs. Applebottoms.
Don't get to touch men so much these days.
You certainly do live up to your name.
Oh, thank you. Well, so it says here, Timax Corporation.
No, Mrs. Applebottoms, below that.
Oh, I see. It's
please
256351.
And above that, please, madam.
Oh, I see. Here it says, to my dear little Tommy Tum Tum Tum, Rubber Lum Lum, Dovey Dove Dove, Dingy Dog Dong, from your mummy mum 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 mum. By Jove, it's incredible. They can fit so much writing on the back of a watch. Oh, what can't they do these days?
They certainly can, Mr. Davenport. And yet, it tells us everything we need to know. Isn't that right, Tommy Tum 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 Rum-a-lum-lum Lovey-Dove-Dove Dinging-Dong-Dog? Or shall I just call you Thompson?
You've got it all wrong. I can't believe that Thompson was the killer. I thought we was friends.
Somebody think of the children. We can't have this man and his horrible murderousness above our vessel.
Your scuba skills, your meticulous nature, but even underwater, where the truth lies hidden in silence, you could never hide love of a mother. Take him away, boys.
The room is silent, save for the gentle rocking of the yacht. The guests stand stunned as security moves in to take Thompson away. Mr. Davenport approaches Scuba Sleuth, relief and gratitude in his eyes.
You've done it, Scuba Sleuth. You've not only solved the mystery, but saved us all from a murderer's presence. The only way I know to thank you is to ask you to stay here on board as our sea expert here aboard the SS Hortensia.
I do appreciate the offer, Mr. Davenport, and frankly, I'm tempted by having more time to spend with Mrs. Applebottoms.
Oh,
But
oh my.
I don't think I'll be able to come and sail with you above this magnificent craft. I know that my job is never done. No, the sea holds many more secrets, and there are mysteries yet of the deep still unsolved. And I am needed elsewhere. Farewell and ta-ta!
Splash!
Oh my, there he goes. What a gorgeous bed and such a fine swimmer. Oh,
Farewell, Mrs. Applebottoms. I shall always think of you fondly.
there goes a fine flipper detective.
And to you, Mr. Davenport, a finer friend I've rarely found. Ta-ta!
Farewell, my friend. Farewell.
Oh, is that a kraken? My God! My God!
Oh,
Help me!
oh my.
Save me!
We don't know how to turn the boat around. I'm sorry. It only goes one direction.
Oh, my God! Basic seamanship! I knew you were a fraud, Mr. Davenport.
We ask you to stay. We needed help.
Farewell! I'm off to heaven to meet Jesus.
Oh, there he goes up into the sky. I've never seen a resurrection up close. I should have known.
I'll be seeing you in about 6 weeks, Mrs. Applebottoms.
Oh, no.
In Jesus' heavenly kingdom.
I hate that.
This has been a production of Piloting Air Theatre. Piloting Air is a fully registered subsidiary of the Spider Corporation. Farewell!